Olivia Culpo recently got married, and there's been a ton of drama surrounding her wedding. From people not liking what she said in interviews to people not liking her dress. I mean, there's just so much that has been said about this freaking wedding. It has turned into a whole storm. Her and her husband have started responding to a lot of things that people have been saying online about it, and the whole thing is just not good. Originally, people felt like she was going for a Sophia Richie glamorous, elegant, amazing wedding vibe that was about to go viral, and it's been the complete opposite. So we definitely have a lot to get into in terms of this wedding. Last weekend was when model and former Miss Universe Olivia Culpo married NFL player Christian McCaffrey. Vogue did a whole feature on the wedding and shared a ton of behind the scenes, and people didn't exactly have the nicest things to say about it all. I'll show you what was shared online before we get into some of the criticism. Olivia worked with Dolce & Gabbana for her wedding, and this was the dress that she wore for the ceremony. She had two other dresses that were made. This one was one that she wore for the dinner, and then this was the party dress. When talking to Vogue about her wedding day look, she said that she wanted to work with Dolce & Gabbana specifically as she had in the past already, and she just wanted this very specific look for her day. In the published Vogue article, they wrote, Olivia wore a Dolce & Gabbana long sleeve crew neck crepe ball gown with a voluminous skirt and button-lined back. I didn't want to exude sex in any way, shape, or form, she says of the dress, which she wore with a 16-foot lace veil and 15-carat De Beers diamond earrings. I wanted it to feel effortless and as if it's complimenting me and not overpowering me. She had said in another Vogue interview, when I think about Christian and what he loves and the moments that he thinks I'm most beautiful, it's absolutely in something like this, timeless, covered, and elegant, she adds. And when talking about her makeup for the day, she was quoted saying, there's so much beauty and simplicity. Her beauty too was pared back. She wore her hair down in a simple middle part and skipped mascara, lip liner, and eyebrow makeup. So here's where the drama comes in. In terms of the makeup quote in Vogue, a TikTok user thought that it came across as very pick-me of Olivia and as if she was saying, you know, she didn't need all this makeup and stuff on her wedding day.
Olivia Culpo and Christian McCaffrey partnered with Vogue to cover their wedding, and I'm not gonna lie, when I read the article talking about her wedding makeup, I got pick-me vibes immediately. Don't get me wrong, I love Olivia Culpo, but the fact that Vogue had to go in detail and say that Olivia Culpo is not wearing any mascara, no makeup on her eyebrows, and no lip liner, like, just gave me pick-me vibes. I'm sorry. Like, I'm gonna need Vogue to be astronomically for real right now, because we know Olivia Culpo has a lash lift. Like, please zoom in. The lashes are lifting. So obviously she's not going to be wearing any mascara. And then if you look at her lips, there is something on her lips, either like a lip blush, a lipstick. Like, I don't care that she is not wearing lip liner. Like, be so for real. The fact that they pointed out that she doesn't have anything on her eyebrows, like an eyebrow pencil. I'm like, okay, maybe that one is real. But for Vogue to even point these things out just gave me such weird vibes. Because obviously Olivia Culpo did something in order to not wear mascara, in order to not wear a lip liner, in order to not wear a pencil on her eyebrows. Be so for real, Vogue. Like, stop being a pick-me.
Olivia ended up seeing this video and replied in the comments saying, it was an interview. They asked me what my makeup was. But the big drama really came with the dress, as people were upset over two things. For one, people were surprised by her choice, feeling like it was shockingly conservative for her. And people also didn't love that she worked with Dolce & Gabbana, accusing the fashion house of having been racist and also having made insensitive comments about couples who use IVF. In regards to the judgment of the ceremony dress itself, people were surprised by her pick, feeling like it was the complete opposite from the outfits she's usually posting in. Olivia, being a model, does post quite frequently on Instagram, and it's typically something sexy, so people were quite thrown by the final dress and the fact that she had made a comment to Vogue about being covered and how it's how her husband likes her best. Now, saying that her husband likes her covered was definitely an interesting thing for her to point out, but I do think that it is interesting how people felt as though because she dresses sexy that she can't wear a long sleeve dress to her wedding. Or not that she can't, but they just found that it wasn't her and that it had all these alternate meanings. People took it as her trying way too hard to be something that she is not, or recreate her image to the public somehow. I mean, I just really never until right now thought about the fact that anyone would care whether or not you were conservative at your own wedding and if it would mean something other than you just liked the dress. A fashion stylist really criticized Olivia's wedding day look on both Instagram and TikTok, sharing her thoughts and feelings on everything related to what has come out about the wedding. And both the bride and groom ended up reacting to this video. Kennedy, who goes by Gown-Eyed Girl on social media, shared that she did not like the wedding dress and said that if she were to just look at the dress alone, she would see a beautiful bride in a beautiful, simple, elegant dress, but that it's everything surrounding the dress that left her with a bitter aftertaste. Bringing up the quotes in Vogue by Olivia.
Said two things. First of all, she says, I didn't want to exude sex in any way. The second thing she says is she wanted the dress to be as serious as she takes the covenant of marriage. Now listen, there is nothing wrong with wanting a modest wedding dress or just modest attire in general. But the way that she was talking about this went beyond just wanting something modest for herself and pushing this idea of what she thinks all brides should look like. First and foremost, you could get married in your underwear and be taking your marriage vows very seriously. What you wear on your wedding day has almost nothing to do with whether or not you're gonna have a long and happy marriage. I also have a big issue with the terminology of not wanting to exude sex with what you're wearing, because in an oxymoronic way, it is both your choice and not your choice to exude any amount of sex no matter what you're wearing. Let me explain because it's kind of confusing. First of all, the choice of exuding sex. I could wear something and on me it looks super modest and on another person it look really risque, because we are all different people and the way we carry ourselves has a lot to do with the amount of sex and confidence we're exuding. But on the flip side, it has been documented that it does not matter what women wear, they will be sexualized if someone wants to sexualize them. So to treat this as if this is a sexless design is really odd to me, because both it is your choice if you do not want to exude sex in this gown, but also if people want to sexualize you, it is not your fault if they do that. Her two statements next to each other are a very eloquent way of saying that you are asking for whatever you are dressed as, which is an extremely harmful way of thinking.
She goes on to then talk about the quote where Olivia talked about when Christian thinks she's the most beautiful and how coverage seemed to really be an important part.
She even says that her husband thinks she's the most beautiful when she's timeless, covered, and elegant. I just think the usage of the word covered is so icky, because you are not covered in day-to-day life. And also, why is he thinking that you're the most beautiful when you're covered? That's such an odd thing. All celebrity weddings will have a little bit of marketing sprinkled in there. I just think it's really odd that instead of marketing herself, she's marketing and pushing this conservative agenda. But let's take the politics and everything aside, because there's other things that she mentioned in the article that kind of induce an eye roll from me. First, she says what sealed the deal for her is that when she went on the internet, there was nothing out there like this dress. Hun, it's a high neck, long sleeve white dress. I think I could walk into any bridal shop and find you 3 of these. This Lea de Gloria gown is almost like an exact replica. I went on Pinterest for about 5 minutes and found all of these. Any bridal designer worth their salt could have designed this dress in their sleep. The main reason why you don't see a lot more brides in this exact dress is because it usually doesn't make it past the muslin stage in the designer showroom.
She went on to highlight all the things that Dolce & Gabbana have been called out for as well, and the comments that Olivia made about not wearing a lot of makeup on the big day. And this all very clearly struck a nerve with both Olivia and Christian, like I mentioned, as they both commented on the post. Christian commented saying, "What an evil thing to post online. I hope you can find joy and peace in the world the way my beautiful wife does." To which she replied, "So what's evil is pointing out the potential internalized misogyny behind her reasoning, your, in my opinion, patriarchal comment, and the racist, homophobic, fatphobic history of the designer she worked with." And Olivia had said on TikTok, "Wow, what an absolutely evil person you are. I hope no one ever tears you apart in this way because it's extremely hurtful. I love this dress and it was everything I ever wanted and more." To which she replied, "So we just aren't going to acknowledge how your words come across to other people or the background of the designers you're supporting? Like I said, the dress is beautiful and you look stunning. It's everything surrounding it I didn't agree with." The whole situation is honestly a mess. I even saw a post saying that they feel like this conservative dress must mean that once her husband retires from the NFL, he might go on and try to run for office, and this might be them somehow setting up for them being viewed in this conservative light. I mean, truly the feelings surrounding all of this run really deep. Some seemed almost happy that her wedding wasn't getting the same kind of attention that Sophia Richie's wedding had. When Sophia got married, everyone was praising her high fashion sense and the elegance of her wedding, feeling like it was so classy and felt so right for her. People complimented her fashion transformation over the years and were just so impressed with her big day. And people felt that Olivia was trying to replicate that same kind of praise when it came to her big day and seemed to laugh when in the end it became this big drama. But that is what has been said about this wedding day and all the drama that has come from it. I certainly want to know if you guys have paid any attention to this and what you think about everything everyone has been saying. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.